Well, wherever you are, invite yourself to a comfortable way to sit, whether that's crisscross or legs out in front of you, bent knees, feet together, or even a hero's pose where we're doing a little more kneeling. And that actually feels pretty good for me, so I'm actually gonna stay right here for now. Let your arms come to rest on your lap. And think about letting your sit bones, those bones at the bottom of the pelvis, really root you down into the earth. Maybe rock a little side to side and feel where they're at through the flesh of your backside. And then lean forward, and tipping the pelvis forward, and then lean back so that you come back onto your tailbone joints. And then come right on top of those sits bones again, and let your spine grow long from there, up, 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 through the crown of your head, reaching. And just as you reach up, feel those sits bones connect you. And kind of notice the space you're in. And without turning your head side to side, but just kind of looking ahead and notice the peripheral vision. And then notice how in your space you can even see and know where things are that are not exactly within your sight. Just taking a scan and then maybe noticing sounds, how the air feels, the temperature, your clothes against your skin. And then either letting the eyes shift downward and soften the gaze, or if you want, slowly, slowly, slowly close the eyes. And notice how you can still get a sense of where things are in the space you're in. And maybe notice how your other senses become a little more tuned in. What you hear, what you feel. What do you notice? Perhaps check in with yourself. What do you need in this moment? Maybe it's feeling a little calmness. Whatever it may be. Let that be your intention for now. Breathing in and out. Noticing that breath now. And see if for now, if you can guide it to being a little softer, a little smoother, and a little bit longer. One breath at a time. A little softer, a little smoother, and a little bit longer than the natural rhythm. Breathing in and breathing out. And then anytime you're ready to begin inviting some subtle movement, let your arms come down by your sides, and when you next inhale, slowly reach the arms up toward the ceiling, sweeping them out and open to your sides. When you exhale, turn the palms down and float the arms all the way back down, and let your breath guide the movement, so that as you're inhaling, your arms are continually rising all the way up, When that breath fills at the top, the palms turn. The exhale floats your hands all the way back down. Breathing in, breathing out. One breath at a time. Maybe letting the chin float up as you inhale and then gently float towards your chest as you exhale. These mountain breaths, inhaling, rising. Exhaling all the way down. Take one more reach up, and this time let your palms connect and then float your hands back down to your heart. Let your thumbs connect to the bone at the center of your chest. And be reminded of what brings you here, what supports you. What do you cultivate? If the eyes are closed, gently blinking them open, we'll make our way to tabletop. You can have a blanket and spread it open, or set the blanket aside for now. And walk the wrists ahead of the shoulders, knees under hips, and start to circle the hips round and round. And this can be any size circle you want. If you stay at the top, maybe really thinking about focusing the movement into the pelvis here. Or adding a little more full body movement round and round. You can breathe, guide the movement. Inhales forward and exhales as you sink back, or just breathe. And noticing how it feels to move, reverse directions when you're ready. Slowly come back to center. Bring the hands in line with the shoulder. Take some cats and cows, letting the belly drop down. Lift the tail, lift the head in hard. Exhale, reverse this. The spine lifts up, head tucks, tail tucks. Moving back and forth with your breath. Visualizing movement in the spine, then adding movement to the spine. Maybe the spine feels a little stiff. And there's spots where it feels more fluid. You imagine sending that fluidity throughout the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Meet together in neutral. And step the right foot toward the back of the mat, reaching through the heel, straightening the leg. And notice how when you reach through the heel and really plant into the ball of that foot, if you press into the left knee, does it lighten the right leg? So really think about pressing into the left knee as you extend through the right leg. Then rock forward on the toes, then back through the heel. Once more rocking forward and back. And then the next time you rock forward, lift that leg up and bring it forward between the hands. And here's where if you happen to have a couple of blocks handy or blankets, you can bring that in to support yourself to rise up a little higher. Low lunge here. You can tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee up. You can also just press into the top of the back foot and lift the knee up. As you next exhale, start to straighten the front leg and let the front toes peel up off the floor. I'm just straightening that right leg, the front leg, as much as what serves you in this moment. Inhaling back into the lunge. Exhale. That little further stretch. Move at your pace here. All meet in lunge. Bring the hands up onto the right thigh, lifting the torso, and see if you can square your hips toward the front of the mat in this moment. Now, a couple of different options here. You can keep more of a 90-90 degree bend here, and slightly tuck the tail, a little extra support maybe for the low back. You can try it out. Or you can scooch that right leg forward and send both hips a little more forward. If you're looking for maybe more of a groin stretch, or you might notice the top of that left leg getting a little more stretched. So just playing around with what feels good. You can keep your hands on your leg or bring them to your hips, or sweep them up. Exhale, bend the elbows 90 degrees, cactus arms. Inhales, reach. Exhales, cactus arms. Inhales to reach. This time, as you exhale, take that left arm forward and right arm back, twisting toward that right leg. Breathe in. And then maybe bring the left hand onto the right leg. You can touch the outside of the leg. Or option today, bringing the hand to the inside of that front leg and then pressing the hand into the leg and the leg into the hand. So creating some pressure in between the two. And see how that feels. Where do you notice it? Maybe up the inside of the leg. Keep reaching through that right hand. Breathe. Starts to warm right up, doesn't it? Alright, let's release that. Inhale back to center. Exhale just the other way. Inhale back to center. Exhale, find those cactus arms one more time. Maybe lift your heart up. Inhale, reach, and exhale, land the hands on the mat. Lift now, the left foot up, let it pivot to the left bottom corner of the mat, and then reach your right hand toward the sky, and slowly step that right foot to the back of your mat. So creating a little bit of a side plank here, kneeling side plank. Lift through the hips, reach to that top arm, and then see what happens if you reach through the pinky toe edge of the foot that's extended, the leg that's extended. And then reach your top arm long and lift the side of your body toward the sky. Get as long as you can. Breathe here. Reach the arm back toward the sky, and then slowly take it on toward the floor, but instead of coming out of the post, wind it up and back. So drawing some circles with the shoulder. And you can add as much of a bend to the elbow here that feels right for you. You could even have the hand stay on the shoulder. So what kind of circles would support you here? Going one direction and then the other, and then keep reaching through the pinky toe edge of that right foot. And slowly we're going to come back to center, finding tabletop. Take the knees wide, bring the toes towards one another, and sink back to a child's pose, bringing your forehead to the mat or stacking your hands and resting your forehead on your hands. Take a moment to notice the right side and the left side, how they feel. Notice how this child's pose feels. Breathing soft and smoother. A little bit longer. We'll rise up, finding that tabletop. And we'll repeat for the left side or whatever side you didn't just do. So reaching that left leg back, plugging the ball of the left foot down. Reach to the heel here, and then forward on the toes. Rocking back and forth, and then find stillness. And really send your weight down into that right knee and reach through the left heel here. Does the left leg lighten as you feel yourself ground into that right knee? Maybe. See what you notice. Notice what you notice. When you're ready, take a step forward with that left leg, bringing it up between the hands. And again, those heard their options here. So remember, you can lift that right leg up by tucking the toes or pressing into the top of the right foot. You can leave the knee on the mat. Inhales forward. Exhale, straightening that left leg, letting the left toes peel up off the mat. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's meet in that lunge and rise on up. Good, hands could stay on the leg or come to the hips for inviting movement, reaching up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhales, reaching. Exhale, cactus. Can you squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another here? Reaching up. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Taking that twist. And then bringing the right hand to the outside of that left leg. One option. Keep reaching with the left arm. The other option is to bring the right hand to the inside of the left leg and create that pressure between the hand and the leg, pressing them into one another. Breathe here. Notice where you feel it. Is it similar or different from the other side? How's your balance here? When you're ready, we'll slowly inhale to center and exhale, twist the opposite direction. Take a breath here, in and out. Inhale back to center, cactus arms, one more time. Optional, lift the heart, lift the chin. Inhale, exhale, land the hands. Alright, planting that right hand, the right foot becomes a kickstand as you walk that left foot to the back of the mat, reach to the left hand. Breathe in here. Reach through the left pinky edge of the foot and then get long. Reach the arm overhead, lifting the side body up. Breathe in. And then finding that neutral position, reaching the arm and adding some circles. Any kind of circle that serves you. Open arm, bent elbow, hand to shoulder. Adding a little movement. Can you reach to the pinky toe edge of the foot while you're rotating the arm? And slowly back to tabletop, no rush. And another child's pose. Take the knees wide, kiss the toes, sinking back. Notice any changes in your child's pose. Is there more available? How are the hips? How's your breath? And be reminded of your intention, what you're inviting. And then consider, before moving, how you would like to invite yourself to the top of the mat. So standing, mountain pose. And then see yourself making your way there. And then begin to move. So perhaps you come up to tabletop and take a step forward, or maybe a down dog. It's entirely up to you, but make your way up to that standing pose. Taking your time. There's no rush. And at the top of your mat here. And you're noticing if you got up a little too fast like I did. And slowly inhale, reach the arms up. Bend the knees and then fold all the way down. You can flat back down or you can round your spine. Inhale, rise all the way up, sweeping arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down through the heart this time and fold. One more time, rising up, bend the knees, sweeping all the way up, whatever way you like. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Good, let's take some side bends here. So reaching both arms up, and they can be open to a V or straight up toward the sky. It's entirely up to you. Take the feet a little bit wider than your hips here. And then release the right hand down by the right hip, reaching that left up, and then tipping toward the right side here. And notice if you bring all your weight into your right foot and see if you can equally distribute it between your right and your left feet. Create a little tension here between the feet. Can you let the weight be even in the balls of the feet as well as the heels? Can you find that middle? Optional, take your gaze toward that right hand, reaching through fingers on either end. Breathe. And inhale back up to center. We'll move to the other side, releasing the left hand down by the hip, reaching through that right hand. Your gaze can shift to the left hand if you want. Tipping toward the left. And just like before, noticing your weight in your feet and bringing it to be evenly distributed across the ball of the foot and the heel. Find that middle point. Inhale back up to center. And exhale, fold on down. Inhale, halfway lift this time. Slide the hands up the legs, looking forward, maybe straightening the legs a little bit more. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way on up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Good. And slowly popping that left heel up. And then taking a step back. Now, your legs can be like on railroad tracks. And the left heel can stay lifted here and start to bend through that right knee. So finding a crescent warrior here. You can take a bigger step back or something in between. It's up to you. It doesn't need to look like mine. And then, can you lift your right toes up here? And release the right toes. Can you lift your right heel up? And lower that. What about the right toes and ball of the foot? Keep the right knee bent. And what's that do to the left leg as you're playing with lifting and lowering? And lower that foot. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Reaching, we're going to offer that twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. And then here, if you want, bringing that hand down to the leg. Or keep reaching it forward. Entirely up to you. Inhale back to center. And exhale, step the left leg forward. So we're going to be adding on to these things here shortly. A slow build today. Weight into that left foot this time. Lifting up the right heel and then stepping back. Remember, you determine how far. Halfway or a little bit bigger step. It's up to you. Bend through that left knee. And reach through that right heel. Even though it's lifted, reach through it. Can you lift the left toes? Lower. What about the left toes and the left ball of the foot? Maybe. Lower that. What about the left heel? So that the weight is on the balls of both feet. Lower that too. Option, reaching the arms. Inhale. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Taking that twist, the right arm forward, left arm back. You can let the right hand come down to that leg if you aren't really reaching through that left arm. And slowly unwinding, reaching. Exhaling, hands to the heart, and step the right leg forward. Good. Sweep the arms up. Let the gaze go up. Bend the knees and dive on down. Rise all the way back up. You can sweep the arms out and open. You can roll the spine up or flat back up. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, dive on down. Inhale, halfway lift. And this time, plant the hands and step the legs back to either a full plank or a kneeling plank. So knees can come down. You can stay up in that full plank. It's up to you. Breathing here. Kneeling or full plank, maybe rocking forward on the knees or on the toes and back. And then we'll all meet in that kneeling plank. And then lower the forearms down. Good. So you're working to keep the hips in line with the shoulders here. So not letting the belly sink down. And not arching the spine up in this moment, but kind of evenish. Good. And then you can have your feet lifted here, or they can be on the floor. And then take a look back and arch your spine up. And then slowly rock forward and slide all the way down. Elbows under shoulders. You can scooch the hips back slightly, lift through the heart. And then as if you were going to round up, look back towards your hips. And then slowly lift your head back up. Exhale, curling inward. Notice how this feels. Where do you feel it? Inhales forward. Exhales, curling once again. Inhales forward. This time when you exhale, can you lift the hip bones up, rising back up onto the knees, and then slowly rocking back forward, lifting the heart up, letting the hips come down and back. So just adding on, exhaling, looking back, lifting the hips, rocking up onto the knees, and slowly coming back down. One more time, wherever you are, any variation. Meeting back in that Sphinx pose. Let the elbows kick out to the side. Stack your hands. Rest your forehead. Bend your knees and sway your feet side to side. Releasing the feet. Bringing the hands in line with the shoulders, pressing yourself up to tabletop, knees wide, toes connect, and sink back to a child's pose. Breathing softer, smoother, a little bit longer. Rising up now, tabletop. Stepping the right foot toward the back of the mat, and then stepping it up on through. And rising on up, reaching arms, exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Twisting, left arm forward, right arm back. And here you have that option to bring that left hand to the inside of that right leg and create pressure between the leg and the hand. Keep reaching through that right hand. Breathe. Maybe shift your gaze toward the right thumb, so looking back. We'll slowly unwind. Reaching up, twist the opposite way. Left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Come into that side plank. So, planting through the left hand this time, use the right hand on up. So just a little bit different. Pivoting on that left foot. Slowly step the right foot toward the back of the mat and then get long, 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 long. Reaching that right arm overhead. Arching the side of the body up. Maybe reach through the right pinky toe edge. And then reach that arm up. Optional, lift that foot up. Reach through the heel here. So a kneeling side plank. Good. So you can hold here, steady. Or release that right foot down to the mat. Reach through the pinky toe edge. And then see what happens if you start to try and lift your left knee. Can it lift? Even just lighten the load there. Where does the weight distribute? Reach through the right pinky toe edge. Lifting the left knee, maybe a tiny smidge. Maybe just imagining it. Maybe it lifts up and you bring it forward. Then down. And relax it. Good. So wherever you are, engaging that micro lift or a little bit more. And then back down. Ooh, stumble over the words. One more time wherever you are. Good. Slowly pivot around. Tabletop. Other side. Left foot steps back and bring it on forward. Good. Rising on up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Reach. Taking a twist, right arm forward, left arm back. That right hand can come in contact with the left leg, the inside of the leg. Press the leg into the hand into the leg. Reach to the left hand. Breathe. Maybe shift your gaze toward the left hand. Unwinding now, reaching. Take a cactus. Inhale to reach. Twist the opposite way. Left forward, right back. Inhale to center. Exhale, land the hands. Right hand plants, left hand reaches. Right foot becomes the kickstand, left foot slides to the back of the mat and get long. Reach that left arm up overhead. Left side body reaches toward the sky. And reaching the arm up. You can lift through that leg holding a balancing pose, or maybe keep that left leg glued and imagine that right knee lifting up. What muscles do you feel engaging? And then maybe a micro lift. If that's in your practice today, see what's there. Maybe a lift up and forward. So 3 of these wherever you are. Slow and steady. Keep the hip lifted. We'll slowly make our way back to tabletop and into child's pose. Knees wide, toes together if you like. Sinking forehead down. And noticing child's pose now. How does it feel? And once again, considering how you would like to come up to standing. See it in your mind, and then make your way there. Taking your time. There's no rush. There's no hurry. Reaching the arms up and exhaling to fall. Maybe come up a different way this time. Rounding the spine or flat back. Then diving back down one more time. We'll meet at the top. Take the feet a little bit wider. Releasing the right hand down by the hip, our side bends. Reaching through the left hand, reaching through the right hand, and then playing with the weight on our feet. Where's the spot where it feels even across the balls of both feet and the heels? Inhale back to center. Exhale, left hand floats down, tipping to the left. Right hand reaches, left hand reaches. And then play with the weight again. Into the balls of the feet and the heels. Find that center. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to the heart. Bring the feet back in line with your hips. And we're going to add on to that series that we did standing. Hands can come to the hips, beginning by finding your crescent. So stepping the left foot back, bending through the right knee. And find the spot where your weight is even in both balls of the feet. So as if you were going to lift that right heel up. You can even lift it up for a moment if you want. And then gently set it back down. Breathe in here. Reaching the arms. Exhale, cactus. Can you keep the weight even in the balls of the feet? Inhale, reaching. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Adding a twist. Left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist again, but the opposite way. Left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, back to center. And then we're slowly going to bring the hands to the heart. Bring the weight into the right foot and slowly lift that left foot up. Maybe the left toes touch the floor. Start to bend the left knee. Any amount that feels supportive for you. And draw the toe toward the sky. So we did this before, but in a kneeling position. So here, the right arm can come to touch the outside of the left leg. Left hand can stay at the heart. And keep in mind, your left toe could still be on the ground here or anywhere up to that maybe hip height. Then optional, having the right hand on the inside of that left leg, wherever you are, and creating that pressure between the leg and the hand. So the hand and leg press into one another. How does that feel? Can you notice a change in the standing leg as you create that tension between the left leg and the right hand? Optional, reach the left hand toward the back of the room and maybe shift the gaze to the left or even to your left thumb. Breathe wherever you are. What serves you in this moment? Are you ready? We'll slowly unwind. If you haven't already, meet standing and give those legs a little wiggle. Prepare for the other side. Hands to the hips, weight into the left foot, finding your crescent warrior, whatever that looks like today. Bend through the front knee. And find the spot where the weight's equal on the balls of both feet today. Just playing with variations of this. Feeling it in different ways. And then optional, adding the arm movement, reaching. Exhale to bend the elbows. Inhale to reach. Exhale to bend. Inhale to reach, adding the twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. If you twist the other way, that's okay. Catch this one next time. You can release the right hand out of the leg if you want. Or keep reaching. Inhale to center. Nice and slow. Exhale, twist the opposite way. Left arm forward, right arm back. Can you keep the weight equal in the balls of both feet here? And slowly unwind. And bring the hands to the heart. You can stay here or come to the hips. As we slowly step forward, weight onto the left leg. The right toe might stay connected as you bring the leg forward with a bend in the knee, or draw the toes up and lifting to a point that feels good for you. Hands can stay on the hips or at the heart. You can bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg or the inside if you're going to add that pressure. And the right hand can stay at the heart or it can reach toward the back of the room. See what you notice. What do you feel here? And does this fat side feel similar or different from the other? Keep breathing. And if you're still looking for a little more, try shifting the gaze to the right or toward your right thumb. See what that does for you. Another breath or two right here. We'll slowly unwind and let that go. Give the legs a little wiggle. Sweep the arms up. Exhale. Hinge on down. Bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. And then bend the knees until you plant the hands and step the legs back, hands and knees. Circle the hips. Good. Let's come around onto our backs for the rest of our class. So take your time getting onto your back. Maybe you want to roll back or come onto your side and then your back. It's up to you. When you get to your back, hug the knees in. Rock a little side to side. And eventually find center, release the feet down, hands down by the hips. And press into the heels and slowly peel your hips up off the mat. An inch or more, it's up to you. See if you can lift your hips up evenly and then slowly lower them back down so that the glutes reach the mat at the same time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. This time, when you lift, if you want, send your arms toward the back of the room. And then exhale as you lower the hips, lower the hands, and let the glutes and palms meet the floor at the same time. So just something different to focus on. Inhale as we rise. Exhale as we gently land. One more. And open the arms to a T. Walk the feet as wide as your mat and sway the knees side to side. Maybe the next time both knees tip to one side or the other, you pause there. You could shift your gaze in the opposite direction of the legs. And when you're ready, come back to center and switch sides for your pause. Back to center and hug the knees toward the chest again. Adding movement if you like, rocking or circling. Feet side by side or crossing the ankles. Checking in once again with what serves you, what supports you. Finding center again, releasing the feet to the mat. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh here. Figure 4, the right knee tips open to the right. You might add rocking here. Or if you want, combining figure 4 with bridge today. Bring the hands down by the hips. Keeping the right knee tipping open toward the right. Slowly and as evenly as you can, peeling the hips up. And notice how it's different than when both feet are planted on the mat. We might tend to want to swing the hips over toward the left side. Ooh. A little crunch for me. Exhale, slowly lower down. When you're ready, rising up. Exhale, lowering down. One more wherever you are. One more breath. And releasing the feet, swaying the knees side to side. We'll switch to the opposite side for figure 4 or figure 4 bridges, and what serves you on the right side could be completely different than what serves you on this left side. So tune into that. If you want to add those bridge lifts, and inhale, slowly peeling the hips up. Exhale, slowly lowering down. And you might play with this a little bit. For example, if you really engage through your right heel, how does that feel? Maybe your right toes even lift up off the floor. Or maybe your next lift, you really press that left ankle into the right thigh as you press the right heel into the earth. Keep breathing. Wherever you are, we'll all slowly meet. Sway the knees side to side. And then let's meet, hugging the knees to the chest one more time. And this time, bring the hands to the backs of the thighs. And let the knees go wider than the rib cage, so the feet can come apart here. And keeping the knees bent as if they were going to hug the outside of the rib cage, reach the heels toward the ceiling. So variation on Happy Baby. If you want, you can reach your hands up and hold on to the bottoms of your feet or onto your big toes. But it might also feel really good to let the shoulders stay glued to the floor and hold on to the backs of the thighs. You can add a little movement if you like, rocking, straightening one leg, bending the other. And checking in with yourself. Is there any other movement you would like before we come to rest together? To be and breathe. To take that moment of stillness to allow our practice to integrate. Taking your time. Eventually, we'll make our way to our final resting to invite the end of our practice. There is no rush. To settle in, to breath, to body. Breathing softer, smoother, and a little bit longer. serve you today. Maybe it's some gentle movement or curling up on your side. Take your time. Let's meet together seated in the next several breaths. To our hearts. Take one last moment to check in. How are you? How are you right here, right now? Acknowledging this practice, this time that you've taken for your own space, your own journey. It's an honor to be here with you. Thank you. May we know peace, wisdom, and serenity as we fill our hearts with contentment, with joy, with serenity, our birthright. Namaste. Thank you for taking the time this evening with Joel and with myself. It's an absolute pleasure. So, as always, if you have questions, comments, concerns, we're here to support you however we can. We'll be back in the morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. If you enjoyed this practice and want to share it with others, please do share away. Let people know they can watch these live videos anytime, even if they can't tune in live. We save all of them onto Karmic Roots Yoga's Facebook page, and you don't even have to have a Facebook account to access those live videos. They can simply go to the link that's in the description, which is the Facebook/Karmic Roots Yoga, and then I think there's a little thing about a live stream, but the link's there, so you don't have to remember it. You can send that too. So any way you can support us, we so appreciate it. If it's financially, that information is also in the description. And reviews on our Facebook page are absolutely wonderful. We've been appreciating those coming in. So thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. You're welcome, Mom. Love you.